What's up everybody, welcome to the video. In this video, I'll be walking you through exactly how to learn the skills you need to build a successful SMA, reach your first 10K month, 50K month, whatever your goal is. So this might sound like a big claim. If you don't know me, I'm Joe and I run a 40K month SMA as of this moment. If you don't believe me, here's the proof on the screen. There you go. And if you watch this video, you'll learn how to acquire the skills you need to succeed in SMA and actually breaking it down systematically and mathematically for you to succeed. So watch the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how the experts do these things, and I'll get into the video now. All right, so what's the difference between someone at 0K a month, 10K, 50K, and 100K a month? They are skills, right? When you're building a business, you need to develop a skill set, right? If you're learning a skill, let's say if you're a musician, you need to build a skill of the guitar. And with that guitar, it comes with your skill of using the right hand to strum the strings and using the, let's say, your left hand to pluck the strings or go on the frets, right? This is the exact same with business. So we're gonna use skills as the main framework for everything here, because business comes down to a bunch of main skills and a bunch of micro skills beneath those skills, right? So let's think about it this way. If you're starting an SMA or scaling agency, let's use this business example. You have service delivery, you have sales, you have outreach, and then with outreach, you have cold calling, cold email, and you have ads, right? In service delivery, it's targeting, it's retargeting. Like, you think of this as a tree, at least I do. And we have macro skills and we have micro skills, right? So the problem I see with traditional education nowadays, right, is because the universities will teach you the macro skill of marketing, macroeconomics, microeconomics, with persuasion, let's say teach you a bit of persuasion, how to market, right? Little do they know marketing consists of dozens of micro skills that change year by year. The outreach messages, they don't teach you how to create outreach messages. You will not know how to set up a cold email campaign. You don't know how to set up go high level to run ads, set up cold calling. So these are micro skills where if you're starting an agency, you need to learn these things, right? And it takes time. So I think of this as a tree. You have the agency, goes down to macro skills, then it goes to micro skills. And the reason it takes so long between, let's say, 0 to 10K a month, right, is because of the reason you need to start from ground zero. You need to learn absolutely everything. You need to learn the skills that come along with everything. This is how I imagine this. And you might be wondering, Joe, how do I learn skills? How do I acquire skills, right? And there is one hard truth with these things. It is doing it a lot of times. I get people that come to me every day. They're like, hey Joe, I booked one appointment off 50 calls. I should have a 2-3 ABR, 5% ABR. Why am I not booking enough? I'm like, you're doing 50 cold calls. You need 200 or 300 a day. If you're a beginner, you do not have the skill of doing cold calls yet. So let's think about this for example. Let's say you have a beginner, you do 200 dials, right? So we call this the beginner right here, and we'll call this the advanced person. So the beginner might get 1 to 2% booking rate, right? ABR. Let's say the advanced person gets 5% ABR. Let's just use that example. They know how to handle objections. They can do their tonality correctly. They know how to pitch, etc. Look at that output difference. 1 to 2% ABR on 200 is literally going to be maybe 4 appointments, right? 5% on 200 might be 10. Right? 5% ABR. That's what the skilled cold caller versus a non-skilled cold caller. So when you're starting off, I tell people 5x the volume a skilled person would do so you can build up that skill. Right? All of the agencies know the script, they know the tonality, they know the delivery, they know how to optimize their cold email campaigns, set up the script in a way that is resonating with the niche. You don't. You are a beginner. You need to start from ground zero and do 2x the volume as an advanced person. You need to spend 3-4 hours locked in your room cold calling. And that's because you're building this skill, right? So first principle, do the volume to learn the micro skills, right? And you might be wondering, Joe, how do I progress with these things? How do I learn skills quicker? So think about it this way. We have the inputs that go into a system. We have the outputs, right? And we have feedback. So this is just a very simple outline of systems theory. So the input is doing the cold call, right? And we get appointments, and then the feedback is listening to yourself. People that do improve in the skill, that get better unbelievably quickly, all comes down to feedback. So let's use a quick example out of business really quickly. The best speakers I know, the best public speakers I know, will review their public speaking all of the time and see Why did I mess up there? I'm saying a lot. I'm saying so a lot. When I edit my videos, I notice that I go so every single time. So I know for next video not to do that. Same with cold calling, right? You hear an objection that you cannot handle. You listen to your calls back to see exactly how you can handle it next time and jot down the rebuttal to that, right? If you hear yourself dropping your tonality off about 100, 200 cold calls every time you're cold calling, you know you need to keep the tonality going, and you have a notepad next to you that says keep the tonality going. You improve the skill by listening to feedback and getting feedback. It's the same thing when you're improving outreach messages. Right? You're split testing, you're changing different scripts. You might use one pitch the next day and the next day another pitch. You're seeing what resonates. Same thing. You need feedback when you're learning skills. It's the most important thing you can do when you're learning new skills. So I'm going to give you one definition what I like actually like saying when we're trying to learn a skill. Learning, I like this definition of learning. It is the same situation, different outcome. This is how we know we successfully implemented the feedback that we got from doing whatever skill we need to learn. Let's say as an example, you're cold calling and you get an objection that you just don't know how to handle. You screw up the rebuttal to the objection. If you get that objection again and you handle it successfully and the prospects are happy with your objection handle and they book in the call, you have learned. If you get a cold email objection and you handle it in a different way and they respond better, it's the same objection, different time, you have learned. So over time, you'll get these feedback loops, right? I just talked about the feedback, but you'll get these feedback loops where you keep learning. Same situation, different outcome. Same situation, different outcome. And you do this enough times until you get good at that X skill, right? And we'll go back to the tree of skills where you have SMMA, right? SMMA. We have macro skills and micro skills. It's like a tree, right? So service delivery, and then we go down here, and then you have retargeting. You have setting up your pixel, setting up the landing page, optimizing copy in the ad, right? Learning from the feedback that you're getting from the Facebook ad that isn't working or is working. And eventually, you develop these micro skills that are absolutely invaluable. The best business people have been in the game for decades, just developing these micro skills, right? Because the person who knows how to create outreach messages, if it goes out of style and people stop liking it, they know how to create a new one. Because you have the skill of creating outreach messages, right? As an example, if you don't have a skill in creating outreach messages and the market gets sick of your message and you don't know how to create a new one because someone gave you it from a course or something like that, you won't know how to create it. This is why you need to be skilled at creating outreach messages, knowing persuasion, knowing law of reciprocity, knowing that social proof is a big aspect. These are all micro skills you learn in business, right? It is the accumulation of these micro skills actually adding up to the macro skills in your business. That's how you get good. People think SMMA is you need to get good at sales, service delivery, all outreach, all this thing, and just do outreach and just use the script, whatever. It's not that. You realize years in that it is not that at all. It is persuasion. It is doing a go high level setup every single day, checking your metrics, your KPIs. It is these micro skills that you need to learn that actually get you good at the big skill. So I hope this reframe helped. And I'm going to end off this video with a story to actually prove to you, finally, hopefully nailing the nail in with the hammer, right, that this is exactly true. So I was talking to someone I'm working with, a mentee, the other day, and he goes, oh, I wish I knew from the start not to cold call, because I'm doing 300 cold calls for months at a time right now with a 1% ABR, and I just don't know why I was doing that, because I'm doing ads now. I could just figure all that out, and I was like, okay, got it. So why do you think you wasted your time? Yeah, well, he's like, well, because if I started ads earlier, I would just be booking appointments with ads and I'd be fine. I was like, you now have the skill of cold calling. You've done 5,000 to 10,000 dials, even more, in cold calling. You know how to handle objections. You know how to teach people cold calling, right? As an example, like I'll say this exact same thing with my agency, is that I hated every second of sales, like cold calls I hated every second of cold calls when I was doing them for my agency until I had to hire people and teach them how to do it. If I didn't cold call myself and build that skill of cold calling, I wouldn't be able to teach it to other people. It's unbelievably important to do the hard stuff that you don't want to do for an extended period amount of time. Build the skill until you're at least good at it to teach other people, and then you can hire for it, right? But you need to get good at it in the first place. Like his months of cold calling were not wasted, right? If he ever needs to mentor someone to teach them, upload YouTube videos, hire people in cold calling for his team. Cold calling is an invaluable skill. You learn how to deliver something to a prospect in a way that they liked it through your voice, so you're getting better at speaking. You're learning how to persuade people on the phone, so it's like phone selling, so you're getting more articulate, you're getting better at selling just in general. You're also learning how to do all these micro skills on go high level, set up your go high level in a certain way. See how receptive they are to your messaging, to your niche. It's not wasted. You built this skill. It is invaluable. So I hope this video helped you in some way. If you did, just like the video and subscribe. Just join, no sales pitch or anything like that. And I'll see you in there. Have a good day. Goodbye.